Hello, I'd like to thank you for joining me today for My Brother's Keeper testimonial interview. My name's Edward. I'll be interviewing you today. We can just go ahead and start off by introducing yourself.
My name is Pastor Tommie Thomas.
Pastor Tommie Thomas, all right. Can you kind of talk to me a little bit about how your life was like before My Brother's Keeper?
Well, before My Brother's Keeper, man, I had lived a life of drugs, alcohol, in and out of jail, running the streets with no hope, no direction, just totally lost.
How'd you hear about the program?
Well, I heard through a friend of my wife's named Rita Victor that introduced me to My Brother's Keeper.
All right. Can you kind of talk to me about how your first few days going through the program, your kind of adjustment period, how that worked out for you?
Well, the first day I came to My Brother's Keeper, I experienced the love that they showed me at My Brother's Keeper. The way they introduced themselves, the way they took me in, told me that they had a place for me where I can change my life, have an encounter with Jesus, and that the program that they had in the first couple of days was a little rough, but I adjusted to it.
Yeah. Do you remember exactly at what point during the process here at My Brother's Keeper did you notice God making changes in your life?
Well, I noticed when my attitude changed, my thinking changed, and the way I viewed people changed, and the way I viewed God. All of that changed.
Awesome. I understand that you are a director here at the homes now. Can you kind of talk to me a little bit about how your life has changed since coming into the program to where you are now?
Well, it helped me to communicate with other men and women that's going through the same thing that I was going through. Being a director, learning how to be a people's person, communicate to people, and how to introduce them to Jesus as well.
Amen. Before we go, is there anything that you might like to say to somebody that might be viewing this video right now? Some words of encouragement.
Well, I would say this. If you find yourself on drugs, on alcohol, maybe you have a son or a daughter, a nephew, a grandson, somebody that's out there just looking for a place. My Brother's Keeper is that place where they can have an encounter with Jesus. But the first step is that they have to admit that they need help, and they have to admit that they want help. That's what I would say to all the viewers out there. My Brother's Keeper does work.
Amen. Well, Pastor T, I'd like to thank you for joining me today for My Brother's Keeper testimonial interview, and I'd like to thank y'all out there viewing for joining us today, and we'd like to have you again for another interview.
Thank you.